As if the previous stages weren't bad enough, we've entered stage 6 of rolling blackouts. Eskom's top brass blame this on wildcat protest action by workers as well as breakdowns at plants. Let's get some reaction to all of this now with energy analyst Chris Yeland, who joins me now for this conversation. Chris, good morning to you. Thank you always for making time to speak to us. Let's talk about how we got here. Eskom has given us reasons, saying the wildcat strikes last week contributed to where we are with stage 6, blackouts, and also obviously the grid not being able to handle capacity. But what's your understanding of how we got to be at stage 6?
Yeah, thank you. Look, firstly to say that the problems precede this industrial action. So we had a crisis even before the industrial action. We were in stage 2 to stage 4 load shedding before the industrial action. But Eskom have said that the industrial action has put about 4,000 megawatts of generation capacity at risk, and 4,000 megawatts translates to 4 stages of load shedding. So whilst we had stage 2 to stage 4 load shedding before, after this industrial action, or during the industrial action, we're having stage 6 to stage 8 load shedding. Now we're at stage 6 load shedding. There was a risk of going to stage 8, but now the risk has abated, and the parties to this dispute, that's Eskom and the 2 trade unions, NUM and NUMSA, are back at the negotiating table. It was wrong of Minister Godaan to state that a settlement has been reached. No, that's not correct. They are back at the negotiation table. There's a new offer on the table from Eskom, but it hasn't been accepted yet. Certainly the NUM and NUMSA have issued a statement urging their members to go back to work while negotiations are in progress. And that is easing the pressure, and Eskom has dropped from stage 6 to stage 4 load shedding at the moment, but there is a possibility that these negotiations will break down again, or that the risk will increase again, but for now the risk seems to be abating.
So what's then the impact on both households, on business at this stage?
Yeah, so remember that this, even if this industrial action is over, we still have an energy crisis, a very serious electricity crisis, with generation capacity shortages that have led to ongoing load sheddings from for many years. So we still have to deal with the problem, but the impact is felt by all of us, and the disruption to our daily lives, the traffic, the disruption to our working lives, extra costs to abate the problem in the form of generators and diesel. Even Eskom faces massive diesel costs in order to run its emergency open cycle gas turbines, but many businesses have to operate diesel generation sets during load shedding. It all comes at extra cost, and it doesn't add to the productivity. It just keeps us where we are. But most important, I think, is the impact on foreign domestic investment and even domestic investment. People, before you invest in billions of rands for a new cement factory, a new plant of one form or another, a new mine, a new smelter, you want to know that the electricity supply is secure, number one, that there is also a price trajectory ahead that you can take into account and deal with, and none of these things are in place in South Africa. We don't have security of supply, or that level of confidence. We don't have a good handle on the price of electricity going forward, and this is a huge inhibiting factor of investment in South Africa, and that means jobs.
Yeah, and Chris, any way to avert this crisis?
Well, look, in terms of the immediate stage 6, the solutions come from resolving this industrial dispute and settling and reaching an agreement with the unions. It's not easy, but it ultimately has to happen. These things, in the end, they get resolved. But that just takes us back to the situation pre-industrial dispute. And that problem is a more difficult one to solve. But I believe there are short, medium and long-term solutions, but it takes a very concerted effort and political will. Unfortunately, the attention of politicians and government seems to be distracted. We have the Zondo report, we have the Fala incident, we have the ANC elective conference coming up, and frankly, I don't think the leaders in this country are giving the energy crisis enough attention.
All right, well, we'll leave it there. I appreciate you speaking to me this morning. Chris Yelland, energy expert. Thank you so much for your time this morning and making us understand just the impact and blow that this crisis has on both domestic households as well as businesses. Importantly to note there what a blow it is to our already ailing economy and what it says to investor confidence to the country. That, a national priority plan by government as well as other key stakeholders, quite important at this stage.